What's up? Just waiting for my phone to load up here so I can hear myself talk. Hey, yo. Okay, we are good to go. Nothing like hearing yourself speak. But, anyways, what's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my week 15 picks. My God. We only have 3 weeks left after this week. Like, Christmas is literally next week. And you know what's crazy, guys? Before we know it, it'll be the draft. Now, am I going to stream the draft? Probably not, because we don't have a first round pick. I'm probably just going to find myself in a freaking group, like video chat, like last year, and we'll see what crazy stuff happens. But I'm sure our off season is going to be pretty eventful. I already went through like my scenarios and stuff. I went through like a whole scenario thing in my preview. Go check it out if you haven't. But anyways, it's time for my week 15 picks for the Stephen Rose and Steel Sermon tournaments. I'm going to try and keep this stream under an hour. Depends on how deep I get into of these games, because we have some good games this week. We have some really good games this week. Should be a good week, though. But with that being said, guys, let's dive right on in. As Thursday night football, we start us off with a game where we do have some pretty interesting implications. Seattle Seahawks host the 49ers. Betting line is Niners by 3.5. And the Niners can clinch the NFC West with this could possibly be hat and t-shirt night for the Niners. You know, they're going to have those boxes of t-shirts and hats probably in the back of in the coach's office or something, waiting to possibly be opened up. Niners are 9-4. Seahawks are actually a pretty surprising 7-6. And you look at how these two teams have done as of late. Yeah, I will say though, the Seahawks, they started off hot, got cold. It's like teams kind of figured out, Geno Smith. And on the other hand, the Niners, despite the injuries, they're on their third string quarterback. And they're still out here cooking and just looking as good as they've looked all year. Now, let's say the Niners lose this game. All right. I'm probably going to go super deep into these games, FYI. So hope you have something to snack on or something, because I'm going to go deep into some of these games. Not all of them, just some of them. The ones that have like implications. The Niners have the Commanders, Raiders, and Cardinals without Kyler Murray, mind you. He got hurt, out for the year. That's tough. ACL. He won't even be ready for next year. He'll be lucky to be back by middle of the year next year. I mean, Odell Beckham tore his ACL, and I think more in the Super Bowl. He still hasn't played a snap. So you know damn well Kyler Murray ain't going to be ready for week 1. He ain't going to be ready for week 1. If he is, he'll be very, very, he won't be 100%. But yeah, the Niners got a pretty somewhat manageable final 3 games after this. So if you lose to the Seahawks, no fear, but I think the Niners are going to take care of business. The Niners are just on a roll right now. They have not lost since that Chiefs game when they lost 44-23. Remember earlier in the year, they were doing that loss, win. Then they beat the Panthers. They crushed the Panthers. They lost 2 straight to the Falcons and the Chiefs. And ever since that Chiefs game, they got smacked in the mouth by Kansas City. They have not lost. Do I think they run the table for the rest of the year? It is legit possible that they do. Very possible. And I mean, I'm very impressed with the Niners this year. Remember, they only had Trey Lance for what? A week? If that? They barely had Trey Lance. This was supposed to be the year Trey Lance took off. and showed up. This is supposed to be his year. But no, he got hurt. And then Jimmy G took over, led them to where they are now. And then Brock Purdy came in. And yeah, they're in a great position. All they need to do is win this week, and they got another division title wrapped up. Now, the Seahawks, on the other hand, they're kind of flirting right now. Do they have any ramifications for this week? Yeah, they're knocked out of NFC West title contention with a loss. That's simply it. They need, now, simply put here, a win can also eliminate the Rams and the Cards from playoff contention if the Seahawks win. So that's pretty cool if you're a Seahawks fan, I guess. You win, you can knock out two of your rivals, essentially just making it you and the Niners. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Niners too. They're going to clinch this. They're going to be celebrating Thursday night in Seattle. They're going to love to rub it in those fans' faces for real. But yeah, I'm rolling with Seattle. No, I'm rolling with San Francisco. They're going to be celebrating probably all weekend into next weekend. So yeah, I'm going to go Niners. I'm even going to say they're going to beat the Seahawks by maybe a touchdown or so. I think it'll be agonizingly close. But yeah, give me the Niners to take down the Seattle Seahawks. And they're going to be putting on them hats and them T-shirts, and you're going to see them posing in the locker room with, whatever, bottles in their hands, celebrating. You got to love it. But yeah, I'm going to go Niners on Thursday night. Moving on to Saturday. We have 3 games on Saturday. And we have the 4-8-1 Colts and the 10-3 Vikings. Once again, the Vikings are trying to clinch the North. They got to win. Lions lose. They're good. It does say that the Vikings can win or tie, and they can clinch. But they just win. Just win your damn game. That's all you got to worry about. Win. You win, and you're good. That's all you need to do. Just win. And you're facing a bummy team who has no hope for the season. So you should be able to take down the Colts, right? You should be able to. But you lost last week, didn't you? Yeah. Vikings. What happened? Not even trying to sound like James Draws, but what happened? How do you lose to the Lions? Like you were like this close to getting swept by them this year, man. Damn. Vikings, you better not choke this freaking division. They're not going to choke the division, but it would be hilarious if they did. But, you better win this game. That's all I'm saying. Win this game. You should. But if you don't, oh my God. You lose to the freaking Vikings. No, you lose to the Lions, and then you lose to the Colts. You have the Giants, Packers, and Bears coming up afterwards. So let's see what happens. All I'm going to say is you better win a game before that Packer game. Because Aaron Rodgers is going to have a little something for you. He's going to try and spoil your party, especially because you play on New Year's Day. So, fun. But, yeah, I'm going Vikings. The Vikings are going to clinch their division at home. And they will, much like the Niners, be popping bottles and putting on them hats and T-shirts and all that and just having a good time. They're going to have a few extra days, an extra day or so to really celebrate. And then probably by Tuesday, they're going to be locking in on their next opponent. But yeah, give me the Vikings. Betting line is 4 points for the Vikings. So yeah, I think the Vikings will take care of business. They're going to win by at least 2, maybe 3 touchdowns. Because the Colts are not good. They just aren't. They're not good at all. Like, they're dead. They're dead in the water. If the Vikings lose this game, they should be ashamed. Give me the Vikings. All right, moving on. 4:30, we got my Browns hosting the 9-4 Ravens. As of this stream, I looked at the injury report earlier today, Tyler Huntley was limited, so I guess he is maybe coming out of the concussion protocol. Lamar did not practice. So right now, I would say it would probably be Anthony Brown starting for the Ravens, but it could still be Tyler Huntley. And betting line is Browns by 2.5. Normally, you'd think, shouldn't the Browns be favored more because they're facing a 2 or number 3 quarterback? We should be, but our team is unserious, and we would lose to these guys. Because the quarterback position's kind of cooked right now, but everywhere else still looking good. I don't know he's improved. Haven't really paid attention to him because I've been watching my team. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the Browns to squeak one out here. Yeah. I think we should be able to win if we're actually playing like a serious football team. But if we play like we were practically playing against the Bengals, we're in trouble. Because the Ravens don't have a guy like Jamar Chase. They have good running backs, but their receiving core is very underwhelming. Not really scared of their receivers, especially if Denzel and Greg Newsome are actually serious and they're actually out there, playing like they want to, stay around, which they will. They're not going anywhere. If they play like they're worth, which they're worth a lot of money because Denzel's, got that big extension in the offseason, and Greg Newsome is actually really good too. They play like they're serious. We should win this game. What I'm worried about, though, is our linebacking core because we ain't got no linebackers, really. Everyone's hurt. I know I didn't talk about Jacob Phillips in my video, but my God, you saw my video. Look at the linebackers we have. It's literally Deion Jones and then a bunch of misfits. Like Tony Fields is the one other guy that's actually gotten legit playing time and actually contributed. The other guys are either just added to the practice squad recently or guys that you've never really heard of. Like Reggie Rapp, where did he come from? It's huh? Tate Davis, he's been back and forth. He's on the practice squad. Jordan Kunazik, I guess. I think I said his name right. He's been here all year, but he's a practice squad guy. It's ridiculous how far we've fallen at linebacker this year. It sucks. JOK's out for the year. Taki's out for the year. Phillips, Walker, all out for the year. My God, we are down horrendous. That's why we're only favored by 2.5. But I do have the Browns squeaking away with a win, just like last year. And we, go to 6-8 on the year. Yeah. So give me the Browns to take down the Ravens. Now, do the Ravens have any, possible clinching scenarios or any scenarios that, would, affect them? No, actually, they do not. Nope. No scenario at all for them. That's tough. So, moving on. Final game on Saturday. This is actually going to be a good one. 8-5 Dolphins, 10-3 Bills in Buffalo. Betting line is Bills by 7.5. And in terms of clinching scenarios, the Bills can clinch a playoff berth simply with a win or a tie and either a Chargers loss, a Patriots loss, and a Jets loss, or Chargers and Patriots tie in their games, and then the Jets lose. So essentially, for the Bills, just win. Simply, just win. Yeah. Win and you take care of business right there. So, now for the Dolphins, do they have any scenario? No. Wow. Well, I mean, they can essentially eliminate Las Vegas with a win or a tie. So that's interesting there. But that's really it from what I see on this website that I'm looking at. What do I think about Tampa? They're kind of mid. They might be in trouble depending on their playoff matchup. They're going to win their division because their division absolutely sucks. But they might be in trouble unless they get their act together, which they really have to. But in this game, I am going to roll with the Buffalo Bills at home. Word on the street is there's going to be conditions just like it was a couple weeks ago that forced the Bills to leave, except it's not going to be as bad. It's going to be snowy and cold. So hope the Dolphins are ready for it. Because it's probably Mother Nature is going to be dropping that good white stuff from the sky. I don't think it'll be as serious as it was before. But yeah, prepare for a snow game. In fact, I think I even saw where the Browns game might even have snow. Imagine that. A third string quarterback against us in the snow. Sheesh. Especially a rookie that's never really played in this stuff before. I don't know if he played in snow much in college, but yeah, Anthony Brown, that'd be tough for him. But our quarterback's so used to playing in a freaking domed environment. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go Bills. Give me Buffalo at home on Saturday night football. All 3 games are on NFL Network, by the way. FYI. But yeah, give me the Bills over the Dolphins. All right, moving on to Sunday. Starting us off with the 1 o'clock. We got the 5-8 Falcons starting Desmond Ridder and the Saints, who I believe are still going with Andy Dalton. Of course, the Browns face the Saints next week at home. Any scenarios for these two? Saints are knocked out of the NFC South title contention and a playoff contention, so they're essentially eliminated altogether with a loss and a Tampa Bay winner tie or a Carolina win. So if you're New Orleans and you want to stay alive, just win again. And there's nothing for the Falcons, which is crazy to think about considering the Falcons, I believe, are second place in their division. Now, what is there a possible way that the Falcons could possibly, sneak back in the first place? Yeah, because like I said, that division freaking sucks. If the Saints took care of business a couple weeks ago and they beat the Bucks, this division would be all tied, I'm pretty sure. That's how messed up the NFC South is this year. The division's a straight up mess. Anybody can win it. The dang Panthers could literally derp their way to a freaking playoff berth. Imagine that. Imagine being a Panthers fan. Your season starts off horribly. You fire Matt Rule. You get rid of some of your coaches. You trade CMC, and you make the playoffs because your division sucks. Oh boy, the emotions I would be going through if I was a Panther fan right now. I'd be like, "Ooh, top draft pick, but playoffs." Dang. Now Falcons, they have the Ravens, the Cards, and the Bucks their final 3 games. Whereas the Buccaneers, on the other hand, that's what they got. Ooh, they got I'll get to them in a minute. Cards, Panthers, Falcons. So the Bucks should be able to win their final 3 games, which would definitely solidify a playoff spot. But we'll see. Look at how bad they've been playing lately. They lost to Jacoby Brissett, bro. Who knows what's going to happen in these later games. But you look at this game right here. These 2 teams absolutely suck. It's crazy that the Falcons are even in the contention for a division title right now. But I'm going to go with the Falcons. Yeah, give me Atlanta with Desmond Ridder at the helm. See what he's got in his first start. And I'm intrigued. Give me Atlanta over New Orleans. Betting line is New Orleans by 4. I'm going to go Falcons. Yep. I'm going to go with their dog and go Atlanta. I just can't trust New Orleans right now. Give me the Falcons. Next, we got the 5-8 Steelers and the 5-8 Panthers. Oh, boy. Betting line for this game, according to Bovada, Panthers are favored by 2.5. I think mainly because Kenny Pickett might not play. Any scenarios for these two? I remember seeing a Steelers scenario. Yeah, Steelers are eliminated from playoff contention straight up with a loss and a New England win, a loss and a Jets win and a Chargers win or tie, and a loss and a Charger win and a Raider tie. By the way, for the Browns, it's we are eliminated from playoff contention with a loss and either a Chargers, Jets, or Patriots win. So we win, we're still alive. We lose, and only those three teams win, we're done. But in my eyes, we're already done anyways. Matter. But yeah, the Colts, I think I might have missed them earlier. Colts are eliminated with a loss and a Tennessee win or tie and a Jets win, or a loss and a Tennessee win or tie and a New England win. That's just out of playoff contention. They're knocked out of AFC South title contention simply with a loss and a Tennessee win or tie, or a tie and a Tennessee win. So essentially, you lose and Tennessee wins, you're out, obviously. Man, I thought the AFC South was going to be way closer than it turned out to be. My goodness. The Titans have had that division on lockdown for weeks now. But yeah, I'm gonna go in this game. I'm gonna go Panthers. Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers. They're playing right now. They actually have the scent of a possible division title. I mean, imagine that. You're derping around all season. You trade one of your best players and you still win a division title. That's freaking crazy. That just goes to show you how bad the division is. But I'm going to go Panthers to take down the Steelers. How about that, huh? Give me Carolina to go to 6-8 on the year. Now, moving on, we got the Eagles at 12-1 going to Soldier Field to face the 3-10 Bears. Oh, my God. For the Eagles, they do not have any scenarios. No, they don't. No scenarios for them this week. Now, Bears, let me see if they have any scenarios. I don't think they do. Nope, I do not see them. So, yeah, when it's a whatever game, give me the Eagles to win by a lot. The Eagles are just a freaking machine right now. They're favored by 9, according to Bovada. I think they win by 3 touchdowns, maybe more. I'm hoping that the Eagles just don't run out of gas come playoff time. And, maybe they go on a little bit of a run, make things very interesting for that city, considering the success that the Phillies just had. But, yeah, I'm going to go Philly on the road to take down the Bears. Moving on, we got the 10-3 Chiefs and the 1-11-1 Texans. That's a lot of ones. But I'm going to go Chiefs here. Yeah, Texans are trash. Now, the Chiefs, I believe, do have a scenario. Yes, they do. They can clinch the AFC West division with a win, a tie, and a Chargers tie, or straight up with a Charger loss. And they can clinch a playoff berth with a tie and either a Jets loss and a New England loss, a Jets loss, a New England tie, and a Miami loss, or obviously they tie. All of these 3 scenarios here in the playoff berth scenario involve a Kansas City tie, which I don't think they're going to tie. They better win this game, because if you tie, that's just sad on your end because the Texans are freaking horrible, although they did take the Cowboys to the end. Still lost, but, they almost had them. They almost had them, right? But yeah, that final scenario, a Jets tie, New England loss, and a Miami loss will help Kansas City get in the playoffs. But if you're the Chiefs, you're just trying to win the damn division, which is just simply win. You win and you get the division. Like everyone predicted, right? Exactly. All righty, moving on. Now we got, oh, by the way, line like anyone really mad, like it really matters. It's 14. Yes. Chiefs by 14. Give me the Chiefs by a lot. I could see the Chiefs really blowing the doors off the Texans, or it could be close. I think the Chiefs will win by at least 3 touchdowns or more. But give me the Chiefs regardless. Next, we got the 10-3 Cowboys and the 5-8 Jags in Jacksonville. And again, we're going to see if there's any scenarios for these two teams. Nothing for playoff clinching, obviously, for the Jags and the Cowboys. Like, they're not even involved in a secondary scenario. Now, when it comes to elimination scenarios, again, they're not even involved. At least the Jags aren't. The Cowboys aren't either. Sheesh. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the Cowboys do have a clinching scenario. They can clinch a playoff berth with a win or a tie and a Giants loss, a tie and a Washington loss. These are all separate, by the way. A tie or a Seattle loss or tie, or a Seattle loss and a Washington loss, or a Seattle loss and a Detroit loss or tie. Wow. A lot of Seattle in there. But simply for Dallas, once again, just win. And you got it. You win and you're in. That's all that matters. Which I expect them to win this game. The Jags are a good team, good future. Just I got the Cowboys winning. Give me them boys over the Jags. Betting line for this game is Dallas by 4.5. Wow. So yeah, give me Dallas. Moving on, we got the 6-7 Lions and the 7-6 Jets. Fun fact here, I'm looking on Bovada. There is no deficit. I guess this is what you call a pick 'em. The game could literally go either way. And it really could. I mean, the Lions are playing really good ball right now. And the Jets, well, yeah, they're not necessarily world beaters right now. You look at the Lions and with the success they've had, they have won 5 of the last 6. And the one game they was by 3 freaking points on Thanksgiving. That's a game they could have won, but quarterback Jared Goff just narrowly missed a wide open receiver. And then, the Bills hit the game-winning field goal. They could have won 6 straight. In fact, they could have won 7 because, remember, they lost to the Dolphins by 4. And let's not forget earlier in the year, too. You lose to the Eagles by 3. You lose to the Vikings by 4, and again that you were winning, and you lose to the Seahawks by 3 as well. Think about what they were if they actually held those leads and they actually beat those teams. If they completed the comeback against the Eagles, if they held off the Vikings, if they beat the Seahawks. Then you had 2 horrible games against the Patriots and Cowboys, which is expected, but then you barely lose to the Dolphins. And then you barely lose to the freaking Bills. You would have been leading the North. You would have had the North in the bag by now, essentially. Because you would have secured the North with the win against the Vikings this past week. If you had just been able to, win a lot of those other games. But I tell you one thing, they're on the come up. J-Mo's back, and that team is looking good. They can get to 500 this week. And if you ask me, I think they do it. The Jets don't scare nobody right now. And if you look at the Jets, like how they're doing overall this year, they've kind of hit a little bit of a speed bump. They've lost 2 in a row. They've lost 3 of the last 4. And they got the Jags, Seahawks, and Dolphins to end their season. Whereas the Lions, on the other hand, let's see what they got. Oh, man. Panthers, Bears, and Packers. It's very possible they could win their next 3 games. Jets, Panthers, Bears. They could win all 3 of those games. And that would set them up for the Packers on the road. Dang. I think the Lions might be back, guys. The Lions might actually be back. If I was a Lions fan right now, I'd be hella excited. No lie. But I'm going to go with the Lions here. I have no reason to pick against them, right? Give me the Lions. Lions are playing really well. Not to mention it would keep the freaking Vikings from winning their division. And it would also, I believe, keep Dallas low-key unless the Dallas Cowboys win, or maybe unless the Vikings win, which I have them winning. But yeah, it'd be cool to win, Now, if there's any scenarios for the Jets, Well, they are part of a couple secondary scenarios, like I've already mentioned with Buffalo and Kansas City. But elimination scenario, they are knocked out of East title contention with a loss and a Buffalo tie or a Buffalo win. That's it. So, yeah. And they can also knock Las Vegas out with a win or a tie if the Raiders lose. They can also knock us out of playoff contention with a win if we lose, and they can knock Pittsburgh out of playoff contention with a win, as well as a Pittsburgh loss and a Chargers win or tie. And then, of course, they can knock Indy out, as well as with an Indy loss, Tennessee win or tie, and the Jets win. But yeah, the one, if you're a Jets fan, you really have to worry about is you lose and Buffalo ties or a Buffalo win, which Buffalo should win, but we'll see. See how that goes. Now, Detroit. Yeah, I've already talked about them, though. But yeah, they're knocked out with a Minnesota win or tie or a Detroit loss or tie. So Minnesota wins, you're out. You're done, which is tough. But nobody said you were going to do anything this year. Build up that swag for next year. But yeah, I'm going to go Lions to beat the Jets, and they're going to get the 500. It's freaking crazy. So yeah, give me Detroit over the Jets. Moving on to the 4 o'clock hour games, we actually have 4 o'clock hour games, 2 4:05 and 2 4:25. The first 4:05 game is between Colt McCoy and the 4-9 Cardinals. And is this going to be Brett Rypien? Oh my God. Are we going to get Colt McCoy versus Brett Rypien? Because Russell Wilson has a concussion or whatever? Or is he going to play? If this is McCoy versus Rypien, oh my God, I pity anyone who has to watch this game. Both teams are absolutely garbage. Doesn't even matter who wins. Betting line is Broncos by 3. The Broncos are going to win the game because the Cardinals are just dumpster juice and they don't have Kyler Murray. Unless Colt McCoy, somehow, which they very well could. I'm going to go Broncos at home just because they're really the home team. When in doubt, go with the home team. Both teams are absolutely garbage. But at least Denver has and Russell Wilson, who might be playing this week. I don't know. I don't really care about this game, to be honest. There's no scenarios involving these teams. This is horrendous. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No. Arizona's eliminated with a loss or a tie and a Seattle win or tie, or a tie and a Giants-Washington tie, or a Seattle win and a Giants win, or a Seattle win and Washington win. Which, in my case, Arizona's going bye-bye because I have them losing. Give me the Broncos to win this game. Moving on, 7-6 Patriots, 5-8 Raiders in Vegas. Betting line for this game, not like it really matters, is Patriots by 1. I think the Raiders are going to probably get this win at home. They should have beat the Rams last week, but they couldn't finish the job. They let Baker go 98 yards on them. That's tough. I'm going to go Raiders to take care of business this week. Raiders win by a touchdown or less. All right, moving on. We got the 7-6 Titans and the 7-6 Chargers. Is there any betting lines for this one? I've already went. I think I went through the Raiders already, elimination scenario. Raiders lose and a Miami win or tie, or a loss by the Raiders and the Jets win or tie eliminates them from playoff contention. Raiders go bye-bye if that all happens there. Patriots, on the other hand, they can actually not get knocked out of the AFC East title contention with a loss and a Buffalo win or tie, or a tie and a Buffalo win. And there is no scenario for them clinching right now, which they would need a lot to happen to do that, I think. Should I start Watson? I that's tough, J-Dub. Because he looked great last week. But he's facing the Ravens. I mean, don't take it from me. If you really feel like you want to start him, go ahead. I mean, I'm not going to don't come crying to me when he sucks. It's like, well, I mean, he's facing the Ravens. He looked great last week. I think he's only going to get better. I'd start him. Why not? YOLO. Now that's only if you're not in a playoff, game. If you're not in the fantasy playoffs, start him. Why not? But if you are and you have a better option at quarterback, I don't know if I'd want to risk it. Especially if you're in a fantasy playoffs. Now, what would be the typical thing would happen is you sit him and then he goes off. Because he would probably do that. I mean, you can start him if you want, but like I said, he's facing the Ravens. And he's been looking good. He looked good last week. Yeah, he'll have another week of practice. So we'll see. But I'd say you could probably start him. Just don't get mad at me if you do. Because I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, in this game we got the Titans and the Chargers. Both are 7-6 in LA. Betting line for this one is 3 favoring the Chargers. Clinching scenarios, none for either team. And there's actually none for the Chargers. The Chargers. The title contention with a loss. No, I'm sorry. That's Indy. Whoopsies. I saw. Wait. Yeah, Chargers have no clinching scenario. Neither do the Titans. So essentially, just another classic. Oh no, yeah, the Chargers. Chargers can be knocked out of the AFC West title contention with a loss, a tie, or a Kansas City loss, or simply a Kansas City win. Kansas City wins. Chargers are out of the West title contention. Yeah, so tough. But yeah, this will be a tough game. But I'm going to actually go with the Chargers to squeak it out against the Titans. I think the Chargers will do just enough to win that game. I can't wait to come back to this and freaking look like a freaking idiot because the Titans ran all over him and blew him out. But with that being said, I'm going with the Chargers. Give me the Chargers at home. Again, they're favored by 3. Standard. It's a standard deficit for a home team. Very close game. Give me the Chargers. Final afternoon game of the weekend on Sunday. Bengals at 9-4. Buccaneers 6-7. Clinching scenarios, there are none for either team. But when it comes to elimination scenarios, there are actually none for either team. Wow. So another usual game. Same old. Although if you're the Bucs, you want to win to keep your spot on the lead in the division. You don't want the Falcons possibly tying you with the division on the line. That's all you'd need. But when it comes down to it, betting line for this game is Bengals by 3.5. And if the Bengals come out serious, like if they actually come out with a pulse, they should win this game. Unless Zach Taylor sabotages them again or something. The Buccaneers are not that great of a team. They do have Tom Brady, but like I said, if the Bengals come out with a pulse on either side of the ball, they should be able to win this game. Give me the Bengals to win, and with us beating the Ravens, they're going to take over the lead in the AFC North. But yeah, give me the Bengals to beat the Bucs, and the downfall of the Buccaneers continues. They should have lost to the Saints, too. They should have lost, 3 straight games, but no, they somehow won because Brady's Brady. And this is a home game for Tampa, so it wouldn't surprise me if Tampa won this game because, of course, they would. But I'm going to go Bucs. I'm going to go Bucs. I wish. I'm going to go Bengals on the road. I can't trust Brady right now. The team is playing like trash. I want to be wrong, though. I want the Bucs to win, but I'm going to pick the Bengals. And then Sunday Night Football, we are treated to the ultimate mid match. 7-5-1 Giants, 7-5-1 Commanders. These two teams tied last time they met. Giants are 4.5 point underdogs. Commanders are favored by 4.5 at home. And in terms of scenarios, there are no scenarios like clinching wise. Although low key, the Commanders can eliminate the Cowboys if the Cowboys tie or lose, or yeah, if the Cowboys tie and Washington loses, Dallas clinches a playoff berth. So Dallas is going to be watching this game a little bit harder. Now, if Washington wins and Seattle wins, that eliminates Arizona as well as the Rams. Tough. But yeah, Giants wise, there's no scenarios for them. They're just stuck being mediocre right now. They're kind of hit a little bit of a funk. Talk about teams hitting funks. These guys just they can't find their mojo. I think they might have peaked a little too early. That's tough. But I think in this one, put up a nice fight, but I have no reason to pick them. The Giants are mid right now. They're falling apart. Commanders, they're playing really well. In fact, let me look at the Commanders' last couple games. I'm pretty sure they've been playing some really good ball lately. That's going to be a problem for the Giants. Not even lying. Let's see. The Commanders are 7-5-1, and yeah, they're 6-1-1 in their last 8 games, and they should have beaten the Vikings, and they should have beaten the Giants, and they had a bye week, so they're going to be well rested. Their final 3 weeks are going to be tough, though. Niners, Browns, and Cowboys. Ouch. Now, of course, one of those games is on the road. So, yeah, 3 of their final 4 games are at home. Advantage Commanders in that department. But, overall, who knows what will happen in the game. But, yeah, they started off horribly. They were 1-4, and then they just rattled off 6 out of 8 wins. Like, it's crazy how good this team has gotten all of a sudden with Nike at quarterback. They're like a completely different team. And I'm going to go Giants losing in this one. I'm going to go Commanders winning. Give me the Commies to win this game. Commies? Not yet, but give me the Commanders. The Commanders are going to go to 8-5-1, and the Giants are essentially going to be even more in the pit of mediocrity at 7-6-1. They could easily be 7-7. What a fall off that would have been. Because you look at how bad the Giants have been this year as of late. They started off so hot. Their fans were talking playoffs before, like, it was even middle of the year. It's like too many Giants fans were blurting out that P word, and the football gods got pissed. And they're like, you're saying that already? It's not even Halloween. What are you talking about? Huh? Just for that, you shall suffer. And they've suffered. They've lost 4 of the last 6. They beat the Texans by 8, and they tied the Commanders. And their last 3 games, Vikings, Colts, and Eagles. They might win one of those games. If they lose this week, I don't think they'll beat the Vikings. And they sure is probably, they might beat the Eagles, especially if Philly's resting players, because they're going to have the number 1 seed most likely clamped up. Yeah. It's going to be a tough couple weeks for the Giants. I have them losing this week. But yeah, betting line is Commanders by 4.5. I think the Commanders win by about a touchdown or so. But yeah, give me Washington. And then Monday Night Football, we have the 4-9 Rams, 5-8 Packers. Baker Mayfield making his first start of the year for the Rams, facing Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. In terms of clinching scenarios, there is none for the Packers right now. Obviously, they're kind of in the dumps right now, so there's no clinching scenario for them. And when it comes to elimination, none for them, but for the Rams, they are eliminated simply with a loss or a tie and a Seattle winner tie, a tie or a tie and a Giants winner tie, or a Seattle win and either a Washington win or a Giants win. So essentially, Giants or Washington win. If the Rams tie, Giants win, they're out. If the Seattle Seahawks win, and Washington wins or Giants win, Rams are out. So if Seattle wins, you're just hoping that, or actually, if Seattle wins, regardless, you're probably eliminated because whoever wins that Washington Giants game is going to bounce you out if you lose this week, which we probably will because you're facing Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, give me the Packers to beat the Rams, and they're going to go to 6-8 on the year. That's tough. Yeah, betting line is Packers by 7. So I'm going to go with the Packers by about a touchdown. Maybe 2 or 3. Or the Packers just take them behind the woodshed and dismantle them that way. I don't know. But I'm going to go Packers. Give me the Pack Attack at home. So that is pretty much going to do it for my Week 15 picks, ladies and gentlemen. Took me about 40 minutes to do my picks. I kept it under an hour. Very deep in a lot of these games. So it's going to be another fun weekend, but we have 3 more weekends left of regular season ball. And then once the playoffs come, I'm probably going to be streaming some playoff games, maybe with a little collaboration. We'll see. Got to confirm the games first and see what games we're going to do, dates and times and such. But with that being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And I will see you technically, for those on the East Coast, I'll see you all tonight, Wednesday night, for Cavs and Mavs. Nice. Let's get back on track on the road, hey? Now, of course, I'll be live on Saturday afternoon for Browns and Ravens. So, with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns. See you guys technically tonight, Wednesday night, whatever. See you guys later on. Unless the Guardians make another move, which would be nice. By the way, Correa to the Giants. How about that, huh? 13 years, $350 million. I know Rocha is happy about that. I told him during the stream, and he was like, oh my God. It's like, yep, that's what happened. Yep, how about that? But I'll see you guys Wednesday night or tonight, tomorrow night, depending on where you live. And let's go Cavs, go Browns, and I'm out. Have a great night, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye. What's up, Kid Wilson? I was literally just leaving. I love when people do that. They come in and they're like, hey, guys, how you doing? It's like, I'm just leaving. Oh, okay. See ya. Bye-bye.